Fatigue is one of those silent symptoms of autoimmune disease that no one really sees, right? People think that you're fine, maybe just a little tired, but inside you feel like your feet are made of cement and all you do is want to crawl under the covers and disappear. And it's only 10 a.m. And this is because with autoimmune fatigue, no matter how much you rest, no matter how much downtime you take, you still feel tired. Today we're going to talk about why autoimmune fatigue is so real, why it's not your fault, and what science is now uncovering about what's actually happening in your body that's causing you to feel this way. And by the end of this video, you're going to understand what's going on and what you can do next. Here's the hard truth. Autoimmune fatigue is one of the most dismissed symptoms in conventional medicine. And I really think that this is because the medical community and researchers are still trying to fully understand all of the factors that cause autoimmune fatigue. According to the Autoimmune Association, less than 30% of patients who speak with their doctor about fatigue are offered any kind of treatment or support. Now, I think a big problem here is that usually treatment means offering a pharmaceutical medication. And I'm not an expert when it comes to pharmaceuticals, but it seems like there are not a lot of options to address fatigue specifically. And as you probably know, these medications usually come with their own side effects. So I think that doctors genuinely do want to help, but they don't have many tools in their toolbox to deal with this. And as for the support part, I know that there are good doctors out there who take the time to listen to their patients and support them. But I have also heard many stories firsthand from different people, and I read stories of patients being dismissed by their doctors, and they leave their appointment feeling unheard and really frustrated. Now, as a functional nutritionist, my first question is, what factors are leading to this fatigue? What are the root causes, and what can we do with nutrition and lifestyle to have an impact on this fatigue? Research shows that autoimmune fatigue is multifactorial, which means that it's not happening because of one factor, like not enough sleep. It's happening due to multiple factors. So let's talk about some of the root causes of autoimmune fatigue. The first cause of your fatigue has something to do with ATP. And ATP stands for adenosine triphosphate. And it's basically like the battery pack for every single cell in your body. It fuels everything from your muscles contracting to your brain firing thoughts to your gut digesting food. It's super important. And normally your body makes and uses ATP in a really balanced way. But when you have an autoimmune disease, your immune system is kind of stuck in overdrive. It's like your internal alarm system is constantly going off, and even when there's really no danger, okay? And guess what that chronic immune activation is burning through? ATP. Fast. So instead of that energy going to things like brain power and physical movement or healing, you're using it to fuel inflammation. Your immune system is kind of hogging your energy like an app that's running 24/7 in the background and draining your battery. Does that make sense? But it gets even deeper than that. When cells are stressed and damaged or inflamed like they are in autoimmune disease, they actually release ATP outside of the cell. And this isn't just waste, this is a signal. So extracellular ATP acts like a red flag, and it alerts your immune system that something is wrong. And then it binds to special receptors, which trigger a powerful inflammatory response called the NLRP3 inflammasome. Try to say that 3 times fast. And because inflammation is constant when you have an autoimmune disease, you end up with chronically high levels of this extracellular ATP, which just kind of keeps your immune system fired up and drains your energy even more. Mitochondrial function is another factor here. So you probably remember from your high school biology class that the mitochondria are the powerhouses of your cells. I know I remember that phrase. I remember my teacher saying that, and it just kind of stuck with me. So the mitochondria take in nutrients and oxygen and create ATP. But when your body is in a constant state of inflammation, like it is during an autoimmune flare, it produces something called oxidative stress. And this damages your mitochondria. And damaged mitochondria can't keep up with your body's energy needs. It's kind of like trying to charge your phone with a frayed cord. Have you ever tried to do that? It just doesn't work properly. It maybe starts to charge your phone and then it stops. So when this happens in your body, it creates a vicious cycle. So you have inflammation, which then damages your mitochondria. Then your mitochondria make less ATP, which leads to low energy and more fatigue. And your immune system stays activated, which then leads to more inflammation. Does that make sense? Go ahead and click on the like button if you're still with me. And here's something crazy. Every time ATP is broken down after being used, it turns into a molecule called adenosine. Now, adenosine is normal. It helps to regulate your sleep-wake cycle, and it builds up throughout the day and makes you feel sleepy at night. That's how the normal process works. But when your body is burning through ATP too quickly, like during chronic immune activation, you get excess adenosine too fast. And what does this mean? This means that you might feel exhausted or sleepy at 2 p.m. even if you've slept all night. Your brain is getting hit with a biochemical signal that's saying it's time to rest. So it's really not all in your head, it's actually in your cells. Now, speaking of your brain, it's also playing a big role in all of this. Inflammation doesn't just stay in one place, it travels around your body, right? Those same inflammatory molecules can cross into the brain and cause something called neuroinflammation. And this affects the parts of the brain that are responsible for motivation, memory, mood, and energy regulation. That's why so many women with autoimmune disease describe brain fog, like forgetting words mid-sentence, or struggling to focus, or feeling emotionally flat or anxious. And this is because your brain is trying to function through a cloud of inflammation. And just like the rest of your body, it's not getting the energy that it needs. And let's not forget about the gut in all of this. If you've heard me talk about leaky gut, you know that this plays a central role in autoimmune conditions. And if you're not sure what I'm talking about, I explain it all in this video. But here's the quick version. When your gut lining becomes more permeable, so more leaky than it should be, it lets inflammatory molecules and undigested food particles and even bacteria leak into your bloodstream. This creates even more immune activation and more inflammation, and guess what? It drains your ATP. Now, on the subject of how your gut health is connected to your autoimmune fatigue, I also want to talk about dysbiosis. Gut dysbiosis also plays a key role in autoimmune disease, and it often gets overlooked when it comes to autoimmune fatigue. And if you're not sure what I'm talking about, gut dysbiosis means that your gut microbiome, so the trillions of bacteria that are living in your digestive tract, is out of balance. And in a healthy gut, you've got a wide variety of beneficial bacteria that help with your digestion and your nutrient absorption and your immune function and even hormone regulation. These good guys produce things like short-chain fatty acids that reduce your inflammation and strengthen your gut lining. So that's what happens when things are functioning properly. But when the balance shifts, whether that's due to chronic stress or a poor diet, antibiotics, or an autoimmune disease, harmful bacteria and yeast can start to overpopulate your gut flora. And this can cause several issues that directly contribute to fatigue. One of these issues is our old friend, chronic inflammation. Dysbiosis often leads to low-grade chronic inflammation in the gut. And like we talked about earlier, inflammation drains your ATP and your energy. Harmful bacteria can also produce things called endotoxins like LPS, which means lipopolysaccharides, and these can leak into your bloodstream and trigger widespread immune activation. This is actually called metabolic endotoxemia, and it's a huge hidden driver of fatigue. Now, I know I'm throwing a lot of new terms at you, and I promise that there will not be a quiz at the end of this video, but let me know in the comments if this video is making sense and if you're finding this information helpful. Nutrient deficiencies are another player when it comes to your autoimmune fatigue. Your gut bacteria help you to absorb key nutrients like B vitamins and iron and magnesium. And your mitochondria need these nutrients too to make energy. So when your microbiome is out of balance, your ability to absorb and produce these nutrients drops. So even if you're eating well, your cells might still be starving for what they need in order to make ATP. Another amazing thing that your gut microbiome does is that it helps to regulate your neurotransmitters and your circadian rhythms. So let me explain what I'm talking about. A large portion of your body's serotonin, which is a mood and energy regulating neurotransmitter, is actually made right in your gut. And dysbiosis can interfere with serotonin production and also impact levels of dopamine and GABA, which are other neurotransmitters. And this leaves you just not feeling tired, but also kind of moody and foggy and unmotivated. Also, your circadian rhythm, which is like your body's internal clock, controls when you feel alert and when you feel sleepy. If your gut bacteria are off, Your body can get confused about when to release energy boosting hormones like cortisol and when to wind down. And this leads to crashes during the day and trouble sleeping at night. So if you're kind of feeling wired and tired or just dragging all the time, it's probably not due to a lack of discipline or willpower. It could be that your gut bacteria is really out of balance and that your mitochondria are struggling and that your immune system is just kind of running the show. But the good news here is that your gut microbiome is incredibly responsive. So with the right support with nutrition and lifestyle and targeted gut healing strategies, you can start to restore balance and calm inflammation and get your energy back from the inside out. Something that's going to help you get started with this process is my self-paced Leaky Gut Clean Start program. It's a 4-week program that introduces 2 new habits each week to help you to build a healthy gut and a solid foundation so that you can finally get your energy back. You're going to learn the foundational habits that you need to start today to support your gut and lower your inflammation. Each week of this program builds on the last, and by the end of the 4 weeks, you're going to have a clear routine and a strong foundation so that you can keep moving forward with confidence. I'm also giving you an anti-inflammatory gluten-free meal plan and recipe guide so that you can tackle your nutrition. This program is perfect for you if you're still eating gluten, if processed foods have kind of slowly crept into your diet, or if sugar has become a regular go-to, which I totally get. That's what I struggle with too. This meal plan and recipe guide is going to help you to get back on track and give your body the nutrient-dense, gut-loving foods that it really needs. So if this sounds like it would be helpful for you, you can go ahead and grab the Leaky Gut Clean Start program right down in the description box below. It's under $50 and you're going to get access to it immediately, so you can start that program right away. So now you might be asking, why hasn't my doctor told me any of this? And here's the thing, while most conventional doctors are skilled at diagnosing and managing disease, their training is typically focused on identifying a condition and treating it, usually with a pharmaceutical. And because of the time constraints that are imposed by most insurance companies, they don't really have the time to explore more complex and nuanced areas like your gut health and your mitochondrial function or your circadian rhythm regulation. But that doesn't mean you have to stay stuck. Once we understand the underlying drivers like chronic inflammation, gut dysbiosis, mitochondrial dysfunction, and neuroinflammation, we can begin to address them through strategic lifestyle and nutritional changes. The beauty of taking a functional medicine approach is that it complements the care that you're already receiving, and it allows you to partner with your conventional medicine doctors while supporting your body in a really deeper and more personalized level. So now that you have a better understanding of some of the root causes of your autoimmune fatigue, I want to also point out that your fatigue is not a weakness. It's actually a protective signal. Your body is screaming for rest because it's fighting a battle inside. And ignoring this will only lead to burnout, flare-ups, and just more inflammation. So this isn't your fault. I want you to know that it's your biology. But the good news is that biology can be changed. In the next video, I'll walk you through specific actionable steps that you can take right away to start getting your energy back. So be sure to subscribe and turn on your notifications so you know when that video is available. I just want you to know too that you deserve to feel like yourself again, and that starts with understanding what's really going on inside of your body. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.